I think I've just about recovered from yesterday's video. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, you really need to go and watch that one first. It was eventful. Hello and welcome to part 31 of the Milan mission. I'm Kev, and coming up on today's episode, we are away against Roma and at home against Chievo in Serie A, and we're trying to get our season back on track. My phone's making noises. It's the most unprofessional thing ever. That's you lot tweeting me, telling me how great I am. Probably. I wish it was probably a bill for a subscription box, because I buy too many of them. We've lost once in the last year, so it's not as if the wheels have fallen off completely since you were last with me. We've played 4 league games and we've got 10 points from them, so that's not disastrous. But we want to keep that run going, pick up lots and lots of points. We're still only 7 points clear of Juventus, but we have got a game in hand on them, which I believe is this game we're playing right now against Roma. So it'd be rather handy if we won that, stretch that lead back out to 10 games again, and then we can focus a little bit on the Europa League and try and have a Serie A Europa League double, which would be nice. This is the team that we're going to be playing against Roma. So we've got... Who's that in goal, I hear you say? We've got Jack Butland in goal. There's a reason we've got Jack Butland in goal. Immediately after the last episode, our Irish goalkeeper, Timo Horn, decided that he'd had enough of playing at a team that loses once a year. So put in a transfer request, and he went to Arsenal for £20 million, which is, it's not much more than we paid for him, actually. We've not made much of a profit. It would have been nice to keep him, but he got a hissy fit on, so we've had to let him go. My first instinct was get Donnarumma in the side and bring in a young goalkeeper. Could not find a goalkeeper. I wanted at least 2 stars for a backup goalkeeper, just couldn't find one. The only goalkeeper who was available to play in the Europa League at this stage of the season, who would be at least good enough to sit on the bench to Donnarumma, was Jack Butland, now of Watford, and we've had to pay £35 million for him. He's roughly same sort of quality as Timo Horn was, slightly better than Donnarumma. He's a good goalkeeper, but £35 million was ridiculous money. Looking at his history, he went from Stoke to Chelsea, where he didn't really play a game, went to West Brom, then went on to Watford. He's only been at Watford since the summer. They only paid £7.75 million for him, and they've made quite a lot of money out of it. So Watford are probably very pleased with this deal. I know I've overspent. It's what I do. There were no other goalkeepers though, and I just couldn't risk going into the rest of the season where we're trying to win 2 competitions, only having one goalkeeper who's 19 years old. It doesn't matter how good he is or how good he's going to become. For him to only be 19 and for him to be the only goalkeeper at the club is too much of a risk. So we had to sign Jack Butland, and we kind of had to move fast. And I'm very upset that I've had to spend that amount of money for a player who's not going to be around very long. But what can you do? I don't know why Kurt Zoom is in the team. Let's just swap him out. So yeah, Jack Butland's in goal today. Rest of the team, we've got George, Romagnoli, Little Gomez, and Makey in defence. Zuma, he's fit-ish, but there's no point risking him. He's not even returning to full fitness for 7 days. We've then got Mauri and Danilo in midfield. Gonçalo, Guedes, Lamar, and Gabriel Barbosa in behind Luan. Hopefully goals are plenty. That's what we're after. We haven't been quite as fluid as we were previously since that defeat against Juventus. I think it has taken us a little bit of a while to get over. Even though we've not lost a game since, we've not looked the same all-conquering bunch of awesomeness that we had running up to that. So hopefully today's going to be the return of that. And the Horn thing was ridiculous, because he did just... it was completely out of the blue. 24 hours later, he just said, you know what, boss, I want to go to Arsenal. I want to play in the Champions League. No, I don't want to stay until the end of the year. I want to leave right now. I'm miserable. If you don't let me leave, I'm going to cause problems. And having just come off the back of that defeat, I didn't want to risk throwing everything away for O'Horn. So, he's gone. Arsenal have a shiny new goalkeeper. We have a really overpriced English reserve in goal for us. I mean, he's only 25. He's got a bit of potential, but he's never going to realise it with us because presumably he's just here as a 6-month stopgap. Donnarumma will take over in the summer and we'll sign an appropriate deputy for Donnarumma and try and recoup some of the Butland money. I don't expect to get much of it back. Maybe if he plays for the rest of the season and we do win Serie A and we do manage to win the Europa League, he's going to have some pedigree to make a return to the Premier League for 20-25 million, and it becomes a 10 to 15 million pound 6-month loan, which I don't feel great about, but it's better than digging my heels in, refusing to sign somebody, aka doing a Wenger, and throwing our run for the league away. Oh, Luan with a beautiful finish. So, you know, we had a bit of money to spend. We're a rich club. We needed a keeper. He's the only one who was about. So, what would you have done? And don't tell me you'd have gone and found a wonder kid. There aren't any. We've got him. He's on our bench. And I know he probably should be playing, but my logic is sound. We want to be able to recoup some Butland money. So he can't spend 6 months on our bench because that's unlikely to maintain a £35 million value for him, probably. Right. Oh, Luan's in again here. Look, he's on his own. He's got to do it all by himself, and he ran it far too far, and he's clunked it into the post. That is the technical term. I'm encouraged by the fact that we're half an hour into the game and we've not allowed Roma to have a shot yet. We've also created 2 clear-cut chances for ourselves. Would have been nice to score one of them, but you know, you can't have everything. Lamar now finds Gabriel Barbosa, who crosses into Gonçalo Guedes. That's our 3rd clear-cut chance. We're playing well again for the first time since the Inter game, really. And I was going to say we were struggling to convert good play and chances into goals, but Lamar is there. Tucks it. I think that was his 10th goal of the season. I didn't read the little thing that came up. Tucks it away. We're 2-0 up after half an hour. And fingers crossed, it's going to be spectacular today. And it will be the instigator of an amazing return to awesomeness. I mean, there was a lot of long words in that sentence. It didn't even mean anything. I mean, I sounded like a teacher there. I hate sounding like a teacher. We're doing good, innit? That's better. That's the kind of talk we want to be using. Little Gomez to Mauri, out to Romagnoli. Danilo, look at this. We're stroking the ball around gloriously now. And Roma are down to 10 men. And it's not even out of the first half yet. Lamar, have a shot, son. I mean, that's rubbish. I mean, don't do that again. That was awful. We're 20 points clear of Fiorentina in 4th place, I've just noticed. I mean, it's going to get to the point soon where we're going to have our Champions League spot secured really early in the season, which is going to be great after last year's disappointment. Barbosa misses 2 chances there. We have now had 5 clear-cut chances today in the first half. Although we're fairly comfortable at 2-0 up with them down to 10 men, it's a little bit of a worry. Okay, it's a little bit of a worry that it's apparently snowed loads over half time, but it's a bigger worry the fact that we're still not converting all the chances that we're creating, and not every team is going to have a player sent off and stick everyone behind the ball and let us just keep shooting the way Roma are. And we've got to start being a little bit more clinical again, like we were earlier in the season. Barbosa, Guedes, and Lamar hits wide. That's our 6th clear-cut chance of the game, and we've still only scored 2 goals. I don't know if I've ever had this many clear-cut chances in a game before. If we carry on as we are, we'll hit double figures for clear-cut chances and still maybe only score 2 of them. Okay, Guedes has made it 3-0. I don't think that one was clear-cut. We're scoring the difficult ones and not tucking away the easy stuff, which, again, is fine when you want to show off. I mean, yeah, there's nothing clear-cut about this. It's just an excellent finish from a difficult position. But there's going to be teams where where the spectacular doesn't come off, and you have to score the 1 or 2 chances that present themselves in the match. And if we're not doing that, it doesn't bode well for, particularly in Europe, where I think, if I remember rightly from the next knockout round draw, penalty now, we'll probably miss this because that's what we do these days. At least it's clear-cut chance number 7. But yeah, in the next... Oh, there you go, Luan's finally scored a penalty for us. In the next round, if we get past Saint Etienne, who are playing in the first knockout round, we're going to play whoever wins out of Bayern Munich against someone else. So basically, we get past Saint Etienne and have the pleasure of playing Bayern Munich, which is going to be quite the test. I would say probably there's a lot of teams in the Europa League this season who were worried about running into either us or Bayern Munich. So the fact that one of us will eliminate the other There's probably a lot of clubs quite happy about that. We've had 9 clear-cut chances, and we've still got half an hour of this game left. I mean, do we keep records for this kind of thing? Because we must be setting one at the moment. We've created a spectacular number of chances, and I can't believe we're 4-0 up and we're worrying about not being clinical enough. But we're 4-0 up and we've scored a third of our clear-cut chances, maybe, if that, because the ones we have scored have been easy. Not easy. They've been awesome. Right, let's make some changes. We'll bring on Bertolacci for Mauri, and let's take Danilo off as well. And why not bring on Bonaventura? Play the two of them together in there. Who prefers to be the deep line playing? Yeah, we'll do that one. I like Bertolacci as a box-to-box midfielder. That's usually where he's playing, where he scores his spectacular wonder goals. He tends to get maybe one a season. He likes to save them for Europe. We've had spectacular Champions League goals a couple of times now in live-com games. So hopefully he'll have something saved up for Bayern Munich if we get that far. Bonaventura out to Makey. Can he whip across into Luan? Luan doesn't really get there. Bonaventura again to Bertolacci. George now. Dinks it into Guedes. Gabriel Barbosa's there. It's our 5th goal from our 10th clear-cut chance of the game. It's our 24th shot. Roma, they must be feeling a little shell shock now. And we're just toying with them. That was just a nice goal. And I'm enjoying this. Hope you like. Come on, we've got. And if you've never liked an episode of this series before, 10 clear-cut chances in the game. That's time for a like. Surely, go and pop a like down there now. Let's not wait until the end of the episode. It might all go wrong after this, but 10 clear-cut chances. That's deserving of a like in anyone's book, surely. Right, let's get Iose on because he's not played for a little while. His match fitness is down to 60%. And we might need him at some point. Normally I'd bring Rashford on in this situation, but we're 5-0 up. We don't need Rashford. Let him have a rest. We've got another game coming up in a few days, I believe. That's been a good day's work, I would suggest. Poor old Roma. Where are they even in the league? I can't even see them. They're, mid-table obscurity, and stuff like that happens to them. That was good fun. Let's go and have another game and hopefully score another 5 goals. Right, we've rotated a little bit for the Chievo game because it's only 3 games since we played Roma. We've got Genoa in another 3 days' time, I think. So we need to rotate a little bit. It's the advantage of having a big, talented squad. Hopefully it won't affect us too adversely. So Lazar comes in at left back. Other than that, the defence stays the same. Bertolacci comes into midfield alongside Mauri at the expense of Danilo. Ceballos comes into the attacking 3. Barbosa makes way and Lamar moves out onto the right. And we've rested Luan and brought Karim Benzema in up front for a rare start. So a few players in there who've not played for a little while. Hopefully, playing Chievo, who are second bottom, it might be a way to get some goals into some of these players. Danilo's just being rested. I just explained that. Were you not listening to the intro? Goodness me, the Italian media are ignorant at times. It's quite upsetting. Right. Oh, look at that, Makey. Not having Barbosa in front of him like he normally does, doesn't know where to kick it, so he just launches it towards Barbosa, who sat on the bench. I think that's what happened there. Lamar's wondering what's going on. Silly bear. It's our captain for you. Right, worryingly, 15 minutes in, we've not had a clear-cut chance yet. That's unusual after the Roma game we just had. Ron McNolly seemed to just, rather than heading it like a proper centre-back from that corner, seemed to try and bring it down and control it. I don't want to... Sometimes these are the games where we slip up because we try and be too fancy, and I don't want us to be too fancy. I just want us to smash them, get another 3 or 4 goals, get some goals into Benzema, who hasn't scored for ages. It's only a year ago that we spent about £30 million on him. He was our panic buy last January. He was last year's Jack Butland, which is probably the first and only time Karim Benzema has ever been described in that manner. 33 minutes in now. We've had a clear-cut chance. We've not scored a goal yet, though. Chievo are attacking. Bertolacci wins it back, though. Finds Mauri. Back to Bertolacci. And then, it moved so forward to get to moved forward so quickly to get to Benzema. I couldn't keep up with it. But Benzema then does not control it. And we're 1-0 down. why is it whenever I try and rotate? I mean, it's not even massive rotation, and it's not rubbish players who've come into the side. These players should not be being beaten by the team 19th in the division. We've brought in £100 million worth of talent to rotate this team a little bit. Lazar has played in a team that's beaten Barcelona 4-0. Benzema has played in some of the best leagues in the world, and we spent £30 million on him. Ceballos, the same thing. He's played at the top level in Spain, done brilliantly, done well for us in the Champions League last year. Bertolacci has been good for us over the last 3 seasons. But I don't know. Apparently, bringing him into this team means everything just falls apart. And I think we have got a bit of a psychological problem as a team. We showed it in the Italian Cup game that we lost. And we're showing it again today. I think if it's a team that we're comfortably better than, and then I compound that feeling of superiority by rotating the team a little bit, I think it's just sending a message to the players, don't worry today. Just do what you feel like. If you manage to get a goal, get a goal. If not, it doesn't really matter. You should just be able to sneeze and beat this lot. And it's an awful attitude, and I don't know how to get over it. Why is Marcus Rashford abysmal? What's wrong with him? Hold on, who's upset Marcus Rashford? Wants to win a trophy, yeah, that's fine. I mean, there's nothing there. I don't understand. Right, get in the team then. Score a goal if you're feeling abysmal. I mean, that's probably the worst thing we could have done in this situation. Bringing on a player who's noticeably unhappy. We're going to put him in my preferred attacking midfield role for him. Bring Luan on to go up front. We can't be losing against these muppets. Come on, we need at least a couple of goals just to get some kind of semblance of normality back. And Luan should have scored there. We've now had 2 clear-cut chances. They've had none. It doesn't matter because they're winning. And because of that, we're not. It's making me so angry. I'm dribbling a little bit. I can feel the corners of my beard moistening. Oh, come on, Milan. This is ridiculous. Right, Bertolacci to Mauri. And that's just a poor ball. Mauri is so much better than that. But no, apparently he's just decided to have a rare, poor game on the same night everyone else has decided not to turn up. And they're going to score again here. See, usually when I do this rotation thing, I bring Donnarumma in and then we lose. And I think, Donnarumma's rubbish. It's not that at all. It's their heads. Their heads are stupid. They need, I don't know, how do we even fix this? Is it the press conference? Do I need to do something different with the press conference? Or perhaps I need to do the team talks myself for these games. Perhaps we're doing them all wrong. I don't even look at what's said because I don't do it myself. Right, Makey. Cross comes into Luan but doesn't get there. Another cross from Makey. And again, it doesn't get to Luan or Rashford. Rashford out to Makey. Makey, for goodness sake, we have a penalty. Luan, having scored one in the last one, will go back to missing ways because we're playing against a team who are below us. Here we go. Oh, there you go. Right, 15 minutes to go and grab a winner. That's Luan's 14th goal of the season now. We signed him as a winger because that's where he was spectacular in the Champions League final for Liverpool. But he is establishing himself as a rather consistent goal scorer for us, playing as a centre forward. Who'd have thought? Right, final substitution to help us go and win this game. Who's it gonna be? I guess it's got to be Mr. Goals himself. Get Barbosa on, get him over there. Do that. There you go. Lamar can. In fact, Lamar, you can be a playmaker out there. Rashford, shadow striker. There we go. I mean, Lamar, hopefully, the way I see this happening is the 3 goal scorers are just going to stand in the 6-yard box while Lamar weaves magic behind them and puts the ball on the end of one of them. But in actual fact, it's just been 12 minutes of not even worth a highlight nonsense. And now Chievo will score with the last kick of the game, and I'll swear and then have to edit it all out to make sure we keep our PG rating, even though that's not even a thing on YouTube. And there you go, it's 1-1. What a load of trash. And we've given Juventus yet another chance to get back into this title race. It's just upsetting. Right, next time you're with me, it will be... We're probably not going to do both legs of the Saint-Etienne game because, quite frankly, who cares? But we'll do one of them. We'll probably do Saint-Etienne and then Napoli as our next episode. So hopefully that will see us navigate them. and then move on and see what comes up, and hopefully it'll be Bayern Munich and we can stuff them and go on to a wonderful run into the rest of the season. If you've enjoyed that, make sure you pop a like on there for me, subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more, and thank you very much for watching.